I wanted to make this video because I am so passionate about baby-led weaning. I think it is so great for our babies. It teaches them so many skills that they need to know. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what happens with baby-led weaning, and then I'm gonna give you 5 of my personal tips that I think will help you kind of ease your mind about baby-led weaning and help you just kind of jump into it and feel more comfortable. And I'm also going to recommend a book. This book is like what helped me so much, and I cannot recommend this book enough because it gave me the knowledge that I needed, and it made me so much more comfortable with baby-led weaning. I had all the tools that I needed, and it just set me up for success. I wish I had this book with my son Cash when I was baby-led weaning him, but I didn't. But you know, you just kind of live and learn, and all you can do is move forward at this point. And I'm just happy that I was able to use this with my 8-month-old daughter. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what happens in baby-led weaning? Basically, your baby is included in meal times. Nobody can feed your baby. Only your baby can feed themselves. When you're first starting, you want to offer foods that are easy to pick up. So what I did is I basically made sure they were like long strips about this big, like kind of like a potato wedge, so that she could grab it and then like gnaw on it. And this is really important. It's up to your baby how much they eat and how fast they eat it. And your baby continues to have milk feedings as their main source of nutrients to help them grow. And they decide when they want to start like stopping those feedings. It's totally up to them. And then also your baby's gonna eat whatever you and your family and the rest of the family are eating. So this was a huge thing that like made me like kind of iffy about baby-led weaning. Is like, well, I'm gonna have to like make a whole separate meal, and I'm gonna have to have all these recipes, and it just seemed like a lot to like take on. Well, you don't have to have anything special for the baby. The only things that I would recommend is you don't give them salt, you don't give them like sodium, feed them like whole, healthy, nutritious foods. Like I do a lot of strawberries and raspberries. If I give her pancakes, I only give her the pancake. I don't give her the butter or the sugar or the syrup. So this is the book. It's the Baby-Led Weaning Cookbook. And I wish they would have labeled it something different, because it makes it seem like it's all of like recipes, like a cookbook. But it has so much helpful information here. Page 1 through 39 is what really helped me. So that's all of the stuff that teaches you how to baby-led wean. And I got this on Amazon. I think it was like $12. It's really affordable. So I highly recommend getting this book before you start your baby-led weaning. And I would read it before you start as well. And I will have this book linked down below. Okay, so getting into my 5 tips for baby-led weaning. The first tip is do not stress about whether they're actually eating and digesting the food. Your baby doesn't actually digest the food until 9 months to a year. So they don't actually need to eat the food. And that is something that was huge for me. I was like, whoa, I had no idea that they don't actually have to eat the food. And I feel like that's why a lot of parents spoon feed their babies and give them all these purees, because they think it fills them up. When in reality, that is not the case. I am not a doctor, but it does say in the book that babies do not need to be spoon-fed, and they do not need purees, because for the first 9 months to a year of the baby's life, all they need are milk feedings, so breast milk or formula feedings, and that is providing all of the nutrition that they need. So this was huge for me, and it took a lot of my stress away, because with baby-led weaning, it's like they're just going right into it. You're giving them exactly what you eat, and it's like if you think that they need to actually eat it, like with Cash, for instance, I was like breaking things into small pieces and giving it to him to eat, and that's a huge no. I could have caused him to choke, which brings me to my next tip. Do not be afraid that your baby's gonna choke. And that was one thing that I was so scared of, was of them choking on the food, which I feel like a lot of parents are worried about that, because you're literally giving them a whole piece of something and saying, here you go, have at it. But I just want to put all you moms out there, want to put your minds at ease and let you know it's okay. You don't, I mean, you're still going to worry about it. You're still going to worry. But if you get this book and you follow like what they tell you to do, it'll help prevent choking. And I'm gonna go ahead and share with you this section in particular. It talks about the baby's gag reflex, and it really helped me feel more comfortable, so I wanna share it with you guys, even though it's in the book. So many babies gag when they're learning to manage solid foods. And when they gag, their gag reflex pushes the food forward so that it has a chance to come out. Like it just pushes it forward and comes out, which is preventing it from getting to the back of the throat, because the back of the throat is where they're going to start choking. And a baby's gag reflex is more sensitive than an adult's gag reflex, and it's going to activate more easily as well to prevent choking. This was huge. This made me feel so much better. There are certain things you have to make sure that you're doing to make sure that their gag reflex is going to work properly. So I would suggest to never feed your baby anywhere unless they are sitting completely upright and straight and they have like a tray. So I wouldn't feed them for the first few months anyways. I wouldn't feed them anywhere but like their high chair or like one of those bumbos with the tray on it that's like a high chair. That way the gag reflex can work properly because they have to be sitting upright. And another thing is, do not let anybody put food into your baby's mouth, including you. Do not ever put the food in their mouth for them, because that increases the risk of them choking. So you just want them to do it themselves, because remember, they don't have to digest it. So don't be worried that they're not getting, food to fill them up, because this isn't the food that fills them up. Their milk is, their milk feeding. So breast milk or formula is what gives them all the nutrients and full bellies that they need. And I know that's like hard to believe and like grasp, because even my mother-in-law to this day tells me, give her baby cereal, give her this before bed to help fill them up. But in this book, the doctor who wrote it says that your baby does not get full from purees, from solid foods. They crave the nutrients from milk. So whether that be breast milk or whether that be formula. Tip number 3, remember the first few months are like play times for your baby. So to them, it's like serious time, because they're like so focused and like, what is this? Like, this is new, and they're just trying to figure it out. It's like serious to your baby, but you have to remember that it's just like a playtime, but at the table with food, because they don't actually have to digest the food. So that is my 3rd tip. And my 4th tip is to remember that milk is going to be your baby's number 1 food source. So do not stress or worry about them actually eating the food. And my 5th tip is, do not stress about having to feed your baby 3 times a day, 3 meals. This was huge to me, because I was like, oh, I gotta clean up all this mess, and I have to feed 1 more baby because I have 2 under 2. So it's like he's still like in that messy eating stage and everything, and it takes me forever to clean him up because he's got like mess all over the place. I should like insert a clip here of the aftermath of them eating, and he's a pro at eating and he still makes a huge mess. So I wanted to give you guys that tip. Just don't stress about having to feed them 3 times a day. So whenever it's convenient. So if you have 2 little ones like I do, what I would do is, like, if Cash ate breakfast and Lulu was up at the same time and it was convenient, then I'd feed them both breakfast at the same time. Same goes with lunch. But for dinner, I always made sure that, because we all eat dinner at the same time, I feel like most families eat dinner at the same time. So for dinner, I made sure that I fed her every day dinner. So I just kept in the back of my head, as long as you feed her dinner every day, she's getting the practice and the playtime that she needs to explore with food. So don't stress. You don't have to feed them 3 times, because like I said, going back to my other tips, they only need their milk, their formula or their breast milk for the first 9 months to a year. So that is all of my tips and tricks that helped me with baby lead weaning. And I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I am not a professional, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist, I wish I was a nutritionist. I'm actually gonna maybe work on being a nutritionist. I don't know if I wanna go to school, but I really wanna be a nutritionist, so we'll see. Anyways, I'm not a doctor or any of that, so definitely do your own research. Definitely get this book, because this is what saved me. This is what made me feel so comfortable and secure in my baby lead weaning journey. So just wanted to let you guys know, put that little disclaimer out there that I am not claiming to know everything. I'm not saying my way is the only way. I just found that this book really helped me, and I learned these things. Like those 5 tips that I just told you, those were what completely changed the game for me with baby led weaning and made me feel comfortable and secure enough, like confident enough, I should say. It made me feel comfortable and confident enough to just do it and stick with it. So I hope that this helps somebody else out there, and I hope it, made you feel more comfortable about it and helped you decide to do it. If not, that's totally fine, but I just hope it helps somebody out there. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, always feel free to leave them below. And let me know if, oh, my back and my shoulders hurt so much. Oh, gosh. Anyways, let me know if you guys want me to do more videos like this, if you guys have any suggestions on videos that would help you. Like if you're struggling with something, even if you just like let me know what you're struggling with, and if I've been through it before, because I have 3 kids now, so if I've been through it before, I can make a video and helping somebody else out there. Just let me know. And as always, I'm always making all kinds of motherhood and lifestyle and organization and cooking. I'm gonna have a lot of cooking videos coming, so be sure to subscribe if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss any of my videos, and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If it helped you, it really helps support my channel, and I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who has watched this video. And I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.